So we could call all these things formative assessment or assessment for learning, whether it's the annual cycle of reviewing test scores and checking to see whether you know, I mean, there's nothing wrong in looking through your kids' exam results, looking at their papers, seeing that they consistently missed a topic and looking back and saying, oh, the reason for that is we didn't teach it at all. Now, that's a good thing to do, isn't it? But it's not going to make a big difference. The really big effect sizes that we find in the research literature are when you do this stuff here, the minute-by-minute and day-by-day formative assessment. If you let the kids leave the classroom before you've used the evidence about their achievement that you've acquired to make a difference to your teaching, you're already playing catch-up. And if you haven't made an adjustment by the next time they reappear in your classroom, it's probably too late. Yeah? It's about that minute-by-minute and day-by-day adjustment of your teaching. The reason is that all the long cycle stuff does is monitor student achievement and possibly align your curriculum so that if you're not teaching stuff you should be teaching, it tells you that. That's helpful, but it's weak. Medium cycle, you might get the students involved, you might get the students understanding the success criteria, that might be helpful, and you might get better teachers thinking about learning. The short cycle stuff improves your classroom practice and improves student engagement. I flew back from Glasgow a couple of weeks ago, and I'm very glad the pilot did not navigate the way that most teachers assess. Because if he had, what he'd done is said, right, Glasgow, due south, flying time of approximately 55 minutes, and after 55 minutes, he would actually set down at the nearest airport and say, is this Heathrow? And the person on the ground says, no, it's Gatwick. And the pilot says, sorry, you've got to get off because I've got another job to go on to. Because that's what we do, isn't it? We teach kids stuff, and at the end, we test them. And if they've done well, we say, great. And if they've done badly, we say, don't worry, we'll do it again next term. So rather than doing that at the end of learning, why not do what the pilot did? Plan a course, but then take readings as you go and change course as conditions dictate. This is not rocket science, but it's about those small cycles. It's about how often should you do formative assessment? Not more often than once every minute. It's that kind of very short cycle. Am I on target? Do the kids get it? Shall I move on now?
The strategies I use inform me very quickly of next steps in my teaching. So that could be in the following lesson. It could be in the following 10 minutes, following a task. But it certainly makes me think more about how I can stretch and extend students further.
Ihr müsst Karte A, B, C oder D zeigen, wenn ihr die richtige Antwort gewählt habt. Alles klar? Letztes Jahr habe ich nach Spanien gefahren. Wählt jetzt bitte, gibt es 2, 3 oder 4 Fehler? Es gibt entweder 2, 3 oder 4 Fehler. Es gibt hier Fehler, etwas ist falsch. Holt jetzt bitte die Karten A, B, C oder D. Richtige Antwort ist 3 Fehler, das ist Karte B. Ihr müsst jetzt diese Fehler korrigieren. Schreibt jetzt bitte, was die richtigen Antworten sind. Okay? So, 10 Sekunden. Bitte? Interessant. Okay, guck mal hier, wir werden jetzt die Verbesserungen sehen. Aber, wer hat die 3 gefunden? Hände hoch, wenn ihr die 3 Fehler gefunden habt. Okay, super. So, in English. Josh, what's the pattern there when we're using the past tense?
G is like means you did it.
Absolutely. I couldn't put it better myself, so I won't. David, tell me, why is it ich bin gefahren, not ich habe gefahren?
You haven't done it, you've gone to it.
Good. And Oscar, can you extend on that, please, then?
Sort of like ich bin, sort of I am going, or I went somewhere.
I went. But why do some take bin, some take habe? Rosie?
Bin's used for verbs in motion.
Spot on, yeah, super. Verbs of motion, okay, movement. Wir haben vor 2 Wochen in einem Hotel übernachtet. 4, 5 oder 6. Zeigt mir die Karten.
When you're looking at
board and like you hold up your card, and then if you've got it wrong, you can think to yourself, oh, I got that one wrong, so now I know what to do better. And if you get it right, you know you're doing it well, so you can carry on doing what you're doing, and it just helps all of the class learn as well, because everyone gets to feel like what to do. Well, if we're all getting it wrong, it'll like just help us through it, and then we'll like spend some lesson recapping what we're doing wrong. So it's like a lot easier, and he helps us through it really well. If we're all getting it right, he knows we're all capable of doing it, so we'll go on something more complicated, and then we'll just learn about that as well.